This video will be discussing really hard-hitting topics such as child grooming. If you get squeamish over that kind of topic, please click off now. Viewers' discretion is advised. I have a glass of wine with me right now to ease myself to make this video. So I just want to say a couple of things real quick before I get into said video. As you can tell by the title, obviously, it's going to be a very vulnerable video. Sorry for the mess in the background. I haven't made my bed in literally 3 weeks. I'm sorry for the mess in the background. I need to get new trash bags and throw that stuff in the trash bags. But if you do not believe me with the story time, that is okay. If you believe me, thank you so much. I appreciate any support. If you don't support me, that's totally okay. You don't have to believe me in my story. I wanted this video to help anyone that possibly needs this help, because it's a really, really tricky situation and it's really hard for me to speak on it. But if it can help anybody, I'm so grateful to help somebody share their story possibly, or just make them feel a little less alone, you know? I think it's really important to do that. Also, I'm sorry if the lighting goes awful. I'm filming in front of my window and there's trees in the background, and it's 6 p.m. so sun will be going down within the next hour. So I'm sorry if it gets wonky throughout the video. But let's get into the story time before I really just ramble, because this isn't the type of video to where I want to ramble in. I just want to get the story done and just tell my truth and tell my story, because it's literally a lot and I don't feel comfortable sitting in front of a camera talking about it. But it's been weighing heavy on my heart and just in my mind a lot recently. I was with one of my friends and I mentioned that I wanted this YouTube video and how much it will scare me to do such, and how much I want to do it in a way. And he was just like, fucking do it, like just do it, like take the power back. Like, they don't want you to make these videos because then you're taking the power back. They want that power over you. So I'm like, fuck, you're right, okay. Filming it. Next day now. Also, I'm sorry for my hair being wonky. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but that doesn't matter. This isn't for, I'm not trying to look good. I'm trying to be as comfortable as possible. Like, I'm literally in my boxers filming a YouTube video right now, which I'm not going to show you because OnlyFans. But, no, I'm just kidding. I don't actually have one, but I'm not showing you that because, yeah. Also, no shame in, like, OnlyFans models. I really don't care. Get your coin, girl. Also, I'm sorry for, like, the wet spots, the splotches. I just showered. I'm washing my body and stuff like that. Didn't wash my hair. I should have washed my hair because my hair looks so ridiculous. But anyways, I'm rambling. Get into the video. So that's a good, like, 2 times I've had this happen to me. No, 3. 3, 3, 3. Got me to say 3, 3, 3. Okay, that's the angel number for somebody. Look it up. Oh my god, as I'm filming and I look up at the time, it's literally 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And oh my god, I love that. Confirmation for somebody. If you believe in angel numbers and stuff like that, obviously. But getting into the story time, there's 3 instances where this happened. The third one's a little more breaking down a couple, but into one. So just give you a little bit of preface. So the first one is when I was 14 years old. I remember one day I was walking down to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven was maybe like a mile down my street, and I was walking by myself. And I remember going in there just to use the bathroom and possibly get like a soda or like candy or something like that, like normal 14-year-old shit to do. Also, if you see me looking off like that way or like that way, there is a highway right in front of me, so I kind of just see cars passing by my peripheral vision, and it sometimes just distracts me. But I remember just going to like 7-Eleven, getting drinks, using the bathroom, stuff like that, and as I'm about to walk to the bathroom, I see this older man talking to the clerk, and this man was no younger than like 23 years old, maybe 24, maybe somewhere in that ballpark. Like, he was older. He was the typical like Florida like type of guy you would like think of when you think of Florida. Not like, I mean, like in look wise, not like crazy wise. I don't know his story. Well, probably because he is crazy, but like I don't really know his story. I don't want to speak on it. I don't want to speculate. But he was like that like typical like Southerner guy that you would imagine, like Duck Dynasty type shit, but like a little bit less than Duck Dynasty. And I remember just walking past him and he was just staring at me like hardcore, and I'm like on guard, and I'm like, and I'm a nice person. Like, I've always been this type of person to where like if someone's like staring at me and I'm like, it's very obvious and blatant, I will just be like hi kind of thing, like wave at them and just like be like hi, like how are you, like me kind of thing. I didn't do that this time. I just kind of like walked by and I was like hi, and because I was a meek child back then. Like nowadays I'll be like, what the fuck are you looking at me for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would do that. And I remember he almost started following me, and I'm like, oh fuck no. And I dipped to the bathroom, locked the door, used the bathroom, whatever, in hopes that he was gone. I waited a good like 20 minutes, used the bathroom, whatever, waited a little bit, and he was gone. But like he was legit following me. Like, you can tell his intentions were to follow me. It wasn't like, oh, like he was going towards like the Slurpee machine. No, like, he was like dead ass following me. Like, it was very interesting. I don't really consider this like grooming or anything like that, but like he definitely had some weird attentions. I don't know what it was, but I'm putting that in the list because honestly it's a weird experience. Like I was 14, he was definitely 23, 24, maybe even a little bit older. Maybe he was like early 30s, mid 20s, like, you know what I mean? Like somewhere in that ballpark. So I put that one first because it's not like the most significant one, but like I'm putting it in it because like it was weird. And definitely predatory. Like, why are you following a 14-year-old to the bathroom? And like the staring part was definitely a little weird to me too. Like, why are you staring at me? Like, the way he was staring at me was just like so like creepy. I remember it being like he like was smiling, like he was like smirking and being like guys I'm walking by like just like watching me as I walk by. It was definitely not one of the weirdest experiences, but he was definitely like had some weird attentions. I don't know what it was. Alright, hi guys. Editing me here. It's gonna be another editing me in the end of this video. Do a quick little disclaimer here real quick. That could be very dramatic story time. This is coming from a standpoint of a 14-year-old. I'm 21 now. I can understand how this sounds dramatic. I'm not trying to sound dramatic. Keep in mind I was 14. This did affect me a little bit because it was a kind of a weird experience, but it also could be very coincidental. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, so if you think I'm being dramatic, I can see it too. I'm 21 years old now, so I obviously see it from a different standpoint. Like I was editing this video and I'm like, bitch, this sounds dramatic as fuck. Like he could have literally been going for the Slurpees or something, you know? Like it just sounds very dramatic, but obviously 14-year-olds don't think of those things, and I always thought it was like predatory or whatever, but this could be completely coincidental, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, moving on to the next one. I was 16 and he actually reached out to me recently, and I didn't realize this was kind of predatory until recently. I just never processed it in my mind. But when I was 16, I met this guy through an app. I'm not gonna say what app it was. I don't know if he realized it was predatory, but now that I'm 21, I see that it is predatory of him to do this shit. Okay, anyways, I'm rambling. I was 16, as I already said, and I think he was like 19, 20, which is why are you talking to a 16-year-old when you're 19, 20? I remember I initiated everything, which I shouldn't have. Like, I really shouldn't have. Using like a little Q&A thing on the app, and I was like, how can I be cute like you? And it like started like popping off from there. And like I said, I was 16, he was 19, 20, which is very, very weird. And like will never not be weird, because like you'll see in a little bit. But oh god, I feel so awkward telling this. I never thought I was on the internet like some vulnerable ass shit, and like here I am doing this right now. Fuck. Okay. And I remember literally just sitting there in my bed one night, and we were talking, I forgot about what exactly, like, it's such a blur. Like, this was 5 years ago. I cannot remember everything that happened 5 years ago, quite frankly. I can remember some things that happened 5 years ago, but I can't remember everything. Because, like, also, I think the trauma of it all just kind of, like, blocked it out of my memory, because I couldn't even remember what we were talking about the next day or anything like that, you know? It's just so weird to me, and I felt wrong. Like, it felt just very, very wrong from, like, the get-go. And I continued it, and you were just talking, whatever, and I don't remember what led up to this at all. Like, I really wish I could remember, but he basically, like, sent me a dick pic, and I'm like, I remember roasting him a little bit, being like, it was tiny kind of thing, it was like a joke or whatever, and he's like, I'm a grower, not a shower, and I'm like, okay, lol. Like, I remember it being so, like, weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, I wish I had the DM still, but like this was all on Kik, and I can't. That wasn't the app that we met on, by the way, but like we were talking on Kik, and I wish I can like pull up the receipts or anything like that, but that was like 3 phones ago, and I can't get into the phone, and I can't get into the Kik account, and like even if I could get into the Kik account, like I couldn't pull up the old messages because it just automatically deletes when you delete the app, so, or re-download the app, whatever. But he was like joking around being like, I'm a grower, not a shower, and I'm like, okay, lol, like that's fine, I was just kidding anyways, kind of thing. Waiting for him to like ask me for a picture, which he never did. Thank the Lord, because I want to ask that one anyway. No, I think I told him I'll never send like a picture. Like, I think this was like the beginning of my channel, like when I had like 60 subscribers, and I remember he edited some of my videos before too, like some of my older videos. I think I privated them like forever ago though, because they were kind of cringy. But like he definitely edited some of my YouTube videos, and I don't know, it was just so weird. Like, And it was like constant, like it was constant back and forth, like where we would flirt with each other, stuff like that, and it was just weird because like randomly he'll send me like dick pics, and I'm just like, I don't want this, I don't want that at all. Never like cared for nudes, never will care for nudes. Like I am more of a loving based connection person. Like I'm not asexual by any means. Like this is besides the point. But like I would never like ask for nudes. I don't want nudes. I don't want to send nudes. I'd rather have someone there to cuddle at the end of the day, or like just to be there for me at the end of a hard day, you know what I mean? Like I just want somebody. I don't want just a fuck buddy, sneaky link. I don't want any of that. I don't want to hook up. I'm perfectly fine without that, and I'll forever be perfectly fine with that. Like if I can, like I could live without sex, like dead ass. But like that's literally besides the point. I don't need to explain that point. It's whatever. Well, it's not whatever, but well, this part is whatever. And then like 2017, I think at the end of 2017ish, like around Christmas time or whatever, we had like a movie night, whatever, on Rabbit, where we could share like videos and stuff like that, and like watch them as like, it was like a group like FaceTime call, like Skype call, whatever. I watched the movie. I forgot what the movie was, so I wasn't really paying attention to it because it was not piquing my interest. I remember just being on my phone most of the time. Found out someone got arrested that I know from Facebook and stuff like that. I was just kind of scrolling on just my phone or whatever, and we're just talking to the chat. It was him, myself, and someone else. I forget who. Then 2018 rolled around, didn't really talk to him, didn't talk to him in 2019. Maybe I had like one or two interactions with him in 2019, but like 2020 hit, and him and I had a couple interactions. The interactions in 2020 was ultimately kind of weird. It was him being flirty with me not being into it, and that was the start of me realizing that like, oh, this is weird. Like he was always weird towards me, kind of thing. Like I remember talking about how I wanted to move to California like all these years, and he knew that, and he would like respond to me being like, so when are you moving to Cali? Like, are you gonna move close to me? Stuff like that. I remember in 2016 he also was just like trying to get me to be a roommate with him when I move out, whatever. I don't know, it's just very, very weird. I obviously just didn't feel like that was gonna happen. I was 16, like what 16-year-old can just move out whenever? I know in Florida you cannot move out when you're a minor. You don't have the option to like get emancipated, I think the word is, from your parents. You don't have the option. You can't move out until you're 18 in Florida. So I think we just like naturally just drifted off or whatever from being friends and being flirtatious or whatever. So, and you know, I was 17 obviously, and I was very, very open about my age because I'm a very much an open book. Like I don't care. I will tell you guys everything. I will say everything except for a couple things. Obviously, like I'm not gonna dox myself, you know. And I remember being very, very blunt. I remember being very, very blunt about my age and stuff like that. And I remember there's like these grown ass men that would always just like flirt with me in like my chat like room. Like I'd be streaming, right? And when you're streaming on like your side of the screen, or at least how this used to be, I don't know how it is streaming there anymore, but like one side of the screen, like half the screen was your side, like what's showing, like what's recording. Like kind of think about it like a viewfinder for like the webcam or whatever. So like right now I'm looking into my phone and I see myself. So that's what I would see for half the screen. And then the half the screen is the chat and it's a couple other things.
Love you. Thank you, Caspernelia. You're awesome. You're always here and I love you and I appreciate that. HTTP.
Well, hey, welcome to YouNow.
YouNow is the app the Merrill twins and many other young folks are hanging out on. It's become a sort of anti-YouTube where instead of polished, produced videos, performers are turning to the live broadcast stream to just be themselves.
So when you go in like a room, you can obviously chat. And there would be like older men, like 35, 40-year-olds, maybe even some 50-year-olds that were flirting. You know, had a big issue with older men being weird towards minors. Like there's a couple of like big scandals of like, I don't want to say the word, like P words, I guess you could say. Like some people actually got convicted of it, some people didn't, some people just got really, really exposed. It's a mess. It's a breeding ground, like kind of like how TikTok is a breeding ground for P words. Like I'm gonna meet this obviously in the editing, but like it's a breeding ground for all these different things, and I definitely experienced some of it. I was very open about my age, like my birthday and stuff like that. At that point, I pretty much like streamed every single day for a good like hour or two at like for like a good year. So I went from like March of 2018 to like March of 2017 till March of 2018. So like people like knew like when my birthday was, like, because I was very open about that kind of stuff. Like I said, like I'm a very open book. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'll just say anything. I remember like these just grown-ass men will just like come in my chat being like, you're so cute, like, oh my god, like I want to marry you, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, you do? Like, okay, like cool, I guess. Like I remember just thinking it was so weird. I remember when my 18th birthday came around, I was like, I don't want anyone to know I'm 18 now. Like I really don't. People don't need to know my birthday. They don't, like, if they're willing to be so predatory when I'm like a minor, they would think about how they would feel when I'm 18, now that it's legal, you know what I mean? Like, I was terrified of telling people I was 18, but, like, I stopped really giving, like, I stopped streaming around the time of my 18th birthday anyway, so it wasn't, like, that big of a deal, but I remember just being terrified, because, like, these grown-ass men would really come in young my age, because I was very open about it, like, they would ask me, how old are you? And I'd be like, oh, I'm 17, da 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 da, and it was just so weird. Like, I respect those that would ask me my age, like, hi, like, how are you, like, what's your age, kind of thing. Like, they would ask me, like, what's your age, so they're not watching, like, minors or whatever. And when I'd say 17, they would just be like, I can't watch you, bye, like, I'm so sorry, bye, like, you seem sweet, though, kind of thing. Or they would just leave. Like, I really respect those people, because it's like, that's what you should do. Like, if you are a grown adult, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? These people are weird, man, and I am thankful I haven't full on got groomed, and I'm glad I had, like, the knowledge, but it's still weird that, like, people try to, like, prey upon me and, like, get me to do, like, these things for, like, their nasty pleasures. Like, if you are a grown adult watching this and, like, you do this shit, get the fuck off my channel. Please block me. Please do whatever. Like, I don't give a, like, get the fuck away. Like, you need to be in jail. Like, honestly, like, grown adults have no reason to be going for minors. As a 21-year-old, I would never go for anyone below 18. Even 18-year-olds feel so, like, wrong to me, because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I need to go for people. If you're not legal enough to drink with me, I don't want you. Like, honestly, like, that's just, like, it just feels so weird. The youngest possibly I'll go for is 20 years old right now, because that's only a year below me. It's not terrible age, but, like, it's just so weird to me, because, like, if you can't drink with me, why do I want you? It's just so weird. Like, I'm not gonna go for someone that just turned 18, like, just freshly an adult, or even below that. Like, that's so fucking weird. I would never in my life do that. I feel really weird recording right now. I think I'm gonna go now, and I think I'm just gonna relax for the night. I feel really awkward filming. I will possibly come in with editing, and, like, if I didn't explain something well enough, I will very quickly explain it in editing, or I'll film more for this video. I don't know. I feel really weird. I don't like being vulnerable on camera. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like definitely feel like I'm gonna cry. I don't like being vulnerable on camera, but this is what happened to me. I was preyed upon almost multiple times by grown-ass men, and I think the LGBT community has a big problem with that, and I think people need to really be more careful and mindful for what they're going for. Otherwise, they need to go to jail. Grown adults that are 20s to 30s or older should not be going for 16, 17-year-olds. Deadass. Go for people your age. You're fucking weird if you don't. Alright, bye. Hi guys, editing me again. I just want to sit here and just talk for a moment about everything now that I talked about it. It's been almost a week since I recorded this video, so obviously the effects of it is really damaging. Obviously I haven't gone full, like, grooming or whatever. Like, it didn't full on happen to me. I am glad I had that awareness of, like, this is fucking weird, but obviously it still has long-lasting effects on yourself when you almost go through it. But it's still pretty damaging, because, like, the fact that someone even tried is, like, scary. And I know, like, my mom's gonna be watching this video, and just knowing that she's gonna be upset from this is very upsetting to me. But it's like, I want to help people and talk to people and let them know that, like, they're not alone. And it's always been a pledge of mine to keep it real with you guys and, like, talk about my life experiences and stuff like that. So I wanted to make this video to talk about something that's very traumatic to me. Next video is definitely gonna be a little more lighthearted, because this is very heavy. I've been wanting to talk about this forever now, and I finally did it, obviously. This video is going up tomorrow, I believe, from when I'm recording this editing me part. and I'm very, very nervous for it to go up. Like I said, if you don't support me, that's totally fine. If you support me, thank you just so much. Obviously this has long-lasting effects. That's very traumatic. I obviously did this video to obviously help not only other people, but myself as well, because this helped me process it a little bit more and heal from it. I honestly feel a lot more lighter and just a lot less heavier now that this experience is going out. So yeah, I think that's it. Obviously, like I said, this has long-lasting effects, but I feel a lot more lighter now that I have the story out, and just thank you for giving me the time of day, because time is money, and I appreciate you listening to my experience. Thank you just so much for watching, and yeah, I'm gonna go now. I feel really awkward talking about all this. Obviously, like I said throughout the video, I still feel a little bit awkward, but honestly, I feel a little more okay to talk about it. So thank you just so much for allowing me to talk about it. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next YouTube video. Bye.